Welcome to Dear Diary, the self-love podcast. This is your place to dive deep into personal development and self-love inspiration, connecting you to your intuition, your body, and your higher self, while unlocking and activating your confidence and inner power, inspiring you to show up and choose you over everything that gets thrown in your way, instead of listening to the limiting beliefs running around inside of your head. We will explore a variety of topics from conquering fear, letting go of doubt, self awareness, mom guilt, trusting your intuition, along with a ton of self care tools that I'll be sharing along the way. With solo sessions and a magnetic guest list of remarkable souls, this is my platform to empower others while using my voice to share my self love, growth, and healing journey. I hope that this podcast serves you well and you get as much value from it as I do sharing it. So here we go. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Dear Diary, the Self-Love Podcast. Today, we're going to explore something that is talked about often in many of the conversations that I have, whether it's with my clients or friends or just anyone in my community. It seems to be a topic that we circle back to often. And that is, how do you carve out time for you? Us as women, especially as moms, we have so many commitments and so many things to do. And especially now that summer has approached us, it's harder to find the time to put ourselves first. It's hard to find the time to practice self-care. And one of the main things that I think is so important is making that time. But how do you do it? We're off trying to be our best selves and create memories for our kids while they're home for school. And if you work from home, that's a whole other plethora of problems that you can come across to have the time to actually devote it towards your work, let alone self-care. And if you work outside of the home, it's who's going to watch your kids and what time are they going to pick them up? And your days off are spent, making memories and doing things. And it's just there's a lot happening. So this applies to any season, but especially during the summer when there's a lot going on. How do you cultivate the mindfulness to put yourself first? How do you cultivate the awareness that you need to put yourself first? How do you embrace intentional moments of self-care? In June's workshop, I am really going to dive deep into this. But today we're just going to talk about how to carve out micro moments for yourself so that you can have some sanity in your life. Okay. This month's workshop is going to be called Find Your Bliss. It's going to be on Thursday, June 29th at 10 a.m. The link will be in the show notes for the link. If you are subscribed to my email list, you will get your invite. And I'm really excited. We're going to dive in deep to that. We're going to talk about 9 ways that you can find more bliss in your life. And one of them is carving out these micro moments, is what I like to call them. They're important. And they don't take a lot of time. That's why, hence the word micro moments. We're not talking about carving out an hour of your day to do a self-care practice. We're not talking about spending hundreds of dollars going to a spa. We don't need babysitters for this. We don't need to it's not a whole production, but it's literally putting yourself on your to-do list. And how do we do that? Number 1, cultivating mindfulness. What is mindfulness? It's the practice of intentionally focusing one's attention on the present moment. without judgment, without needing to change it or fix it. It's kind of like how I talk about all the time, feeling your feels. That is mindfulness, being present with yourself. So if you're noticing that you're starting your day off not present, all over the place, lots of chaos, trying to get everything together, trying to get out the door, trying to do all the things, that's not mindfulness, right? That is chaos. But mindfulness, like being fully present with waking. How do you feel? What do you notice in your body? How can you enhance this calm, present mind? Becoming aware of your thoughts and emotions, not attaching to them. Being present when you're making your coffee in the morning, right? Like slowing down just long enough to like pay attention to how you make your coffee, making it with love so that that first sip tastes like a vacation. And then maybe even enjoying that entire cup like it is a vacation, right? 5 minutes. 5 minutes to have your coffee in peace in the morning. Like that is self-care when you think of the chaos that is your day, right? Getting consumed with all of the commitments that you have for the day and being overwhelmed of all of the things that are on your to-do list and on your schedule for the day. Like just taking that 5 minutes to just enjoy your cup of coffee. And if coffee's not your jam, insert whatever beverage is, right? Enhanced focus on yourself. Concentration on like what it is that you're doing. Maybe when it's when you're eating, right? Like being fully present with the food. How is it nourishing your body? What does it taste like? Did you make it with intention and love? Like this sounds stupid, right? It sounds like almost too easy, but it's just slowing down just enough to be present with whatever it is that you're doing. Maybe you're reading a book. Be present with that book. If you can, right? Like I can't read a book. I'm like one sentence and I'm like squirrel. But if reading a book is your jam, like be present with the book. Be present with whatever it is that you're doing. Maybe it's a bubble bath. Don't take your phone in your bubble bath. Create that moment, that intention of stillness and peace and quiet to be with yourself, to check in with your emotional well-being, to develop this sense of awareness about your thoughts and your emotions, right? Like, does this make sense? Like, these are just carving out little micro moments of peace for yourself. It's so important because we think that it has to be this whole thing, but if you could do that, let's just say you did it throughout your day, right? You wake up in the morning, spending 5 minutes checking in with yourself, seeing how you feel, setting your intention for the day, maybe taking a couple of intentional deep breaths, maybe meditating for 10 minutes, right? Maybe making your coffee a little slower. Maybe making your breakfast instead of just pouring a bowl of cereal. Whatever that looks like. Maybe on your drive to work or dropping your kids off wherever, you don't turn on the radio. You just be with yourself. Or maybe you do turn on the radio and you put a really good song out and you jam out to it and you're fully present in that moment, not stressing about the past, not worried about the future. Maybe you put on a podcast and you fully submerge yourself in what they are saying to you. Maybe you're doing it right now and you're getting curious about how you can create these little micro moments of self-care throughout your day, cultivating presence and mindfulness. It's easier than you think, right? Maybe on your work break, you stretch. Maybe you work from home and you pause and you put your computer away and you put your phone away and you just be present with you. That's what I do. I will take breaks in between when I'm working and when I shift into mom mode, or when I'm in mom mode and I shift into working mode. I purposely and intentionally take these micro moments to, like, before I take one hat off and put on the next, I just get fully present with myself and, like, how do I feel right now? What do I need? I need some water. Okay, got it. Like, I need some breath. Okay, got it. I need some food in my belly. Okay, got it. Like, just getting present with yourself. It's so important because it allows us to fully engage in the moment. Instead of being preoccupied by past regrets or future worries or the chaos of our commitments, we can experience life more deeply. We can make meaningful connections with those that we are connecting with throughout the day. And you can cultivate this sense of peace and contentment. So, I want to give you like 10 tools that I use to create these little micro moments. I've already given you a bunch of examples. These are just things that I do throughout the day, but find what works for you. Like, put yourself on your to-do list. Schedule an alarm on your phone. Before I got used to doing this, I would schedule moments on my alarm on my phone. I did this when we were on lockdown during quarantine, when I was homeschooling. Like, I already had his classes, the alarms go off for when he had virtual class. And then I was like, okay, well, why can't I do that for me too? Like, so I just had my alarm going off throughout the day, right? And it worked perfectly. So these are what works for me. Mindful breathing. Taking a few moments several times a day to just focus your attention on your breath. Noticing the sensations through each inhale and each exhale, allowing myself to become fully present with the rhythm of my breath, right? That doesn't take long, less than 5 minutes. Noticing the quality of my breath, noticing the quality of my thoughts, noticing the quality of my breathing. I don't need to change. I don't need to fix. I'm just noticing. And sometimes that presence is all it takes for me to just chill the fuck out. Okay? You can accompany that with a body scan, right? Just paying attention to each part of your body from head to toe, noticing any sensations, any areas of tension, just bringing attention to your physical body in the present moment. Again, you don't have to change. You don't have to fix. Maybe you just stretch. Maybe you just breathe more intentionally. Sensory awareness, just taking a moment to notice the details of your surroundings, right? The colors, the sounds, the smells, the textures. Just engaging your senses can anchor you in the present moment. That's all it takes. That's less than 5 minutes too. There is a practice. What is it called? It's slipping my mind for a moment, but it's like grounding. There's like 5 things that you do. Okay, it's notice. I'm gonna screw this up. So I'm gonna link the link for this article in the show notes. But it's 5 ways to ground with your 5 senses. And it's like, notice 5 things you can see, 4 things you can smell, 3 things you can touch, 1 thing you can taste. I'm missing something. Whatever, I fucked it up. But you get the point. I'm going to link the article in the show notes because it's such a cool practice and it literally takes like 2 minutes, okay? But it gets you present. Walking, getting out in nature, bringing your attention to the movement of your legs, the sights, the sounds, the smells surrounding you. Like just noticing how you're moving, noticing being yourself fully submerged in nature, like that. Just a break outside. Just go step outside. I think that's why a lot of people take smoke breaks. Like even the people that don't really want to smoke, they just smoke so that they could go outside and like get some fresh air, even though they're not getting fresh air. Like go take a smoke break. Who cares if you smoke? Go outside. Take a moment. Take a breath. Mindful eating. This is huge. This was a hard one for me. I am like a put food on your plate and like shove it down your throat and get on to the next thing kind of girl. But like mindful eating, slow down. Savor each bite of your meal. Notice the flavors, the textures, the sensations. Pay attention to the experience of your eating or your drinking of coffee. It helps you get present. The next thing, and this is a big one. This is a big one, and it can feel like a punishment, but I know you know that this is good for you. A digital detox, okay? Get off your phone. Set aside dedicated periods of time to just like disconnect from technology and be fully present with what you are doing. Right? How many times you're like, I'm just going to chill out tonight and I'm just going to like watch a movie, watch a show or read a book, and then you find yourself during commercials, during the ads, just randomly. Like you don't even realize it. You just pick up your phone and you just, oh, I'm on my phone again, right? You're playing with your kid. How many times have your kids been like, Mom, put your phone down, right? Like, oh, I didn't even, okay, yep, totally, got it. Digital detox. Get off your phone and just be present with you. A gratitude practice. This one's huge. This one I like to go to my journal for. Taking a moment to just reflect on and appreciate the things that you are grateful for in your life. Cultivating this sense of gratitude, it helps you shift your focus from the present moment, and it gives you like it shifts your mindset. It gets you into gratitude. It stops your stressors from stressing. And again, you don't have to pull out a journal if that's too much time, but like literally just pausing for a moment, taking a deep breath and think of something that you're grateful for. Do it right now. What is one thing in your day, in this week, in this month, in your year, in your life? What is one thing that you are just so overwhelmingly grateful for? Big or small? Take a deep breath. Breathe in that sense of gratitude. How did you feel in that moment? What do you feel like now, recalling that moment? Just really being with it. Your mind starts to wander, come back to gratitude. That's it. That's a micro moment. That's self-care right there. That is self-love. Just being with yourself. What did that take? 15 seconds? More moments like this. And then this is the last one. So we're gonna go do 8 instead of 10. Meditation. I know. Don't shoot the messenger. Not everybody is into meditation. I really think I'm gonna do something special, either an episode or a workshop solely around meditation, because I think everybody has the wrong idea about meditation. When you meditate, you are not trying to quiet your mind. That is the one thing I hear everybody say. I can't meditate. I can't quiet my mind. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to quiet your mind. You're just supposed to notice your thoughts. You're just supposed to be aware of your thoughts. Let them come, let them go. That's it. That's meditation. Just being present is meditation. Setting aside dedicated time. Start short, little, small sessions, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You don't need to sit down for an hour and, no, 5 minutes. And then gradually increase the duration as you allow your body to experience meditation in a way that you don't have to judge it and you don't say, I can't do it. all you want to do is set aside time, be in quiet. And maybe even quiet is like not the way to start. Maybe you put on some meditation sounds or some nature sounds or some frequency music, like sounds, right? But just focus on your breath. Focus on your body sensations. Anchor your attention to the present moment. Let your thoughts come, let them go. Let them come, let them go. Don't attach. That's it. Or listen to a guided meditation. That's what I did in the beginning because I was like, could not chill out my thoughts, right? Like they just came and they swarmed me. Start with a guided meditation. You can go on Insight Timer. I have tons available. If you click the link in the show notes where I have my link for all my resources, I have 10-minute meditations that are guided that incorporate the breath. Like go Google, YouTube, go find a quick meditation and just be with yourself. And remember, like this is a skill that you will develop with practice. Start small. Don't just think that you have to carve out all of these micro moments throughout your day and be like, that took up way too much time. Start small, gradually integrating these little micro shifts, these little micro moments of self-care into your day. And with time and consistency, you're going to notice that you're starting to cultivate this deeper sense of presence with yourself. And then you're going to be able to reap the benefits of just living in the present, taking care of yourself in these small little ways. And if your kids get in the way, moms, like let them know what you're doing. You know how many times I'll say to my son, I just need a moment right now. I will be with you in a second, but I need to just be with myself and I need to take a few breaths because I'm noticing I'm lacking patience. I'm noticing I'm getting frustrated. I'm noticing whatever it is, right? I'm noticing that you're fucking pissing me off right now, okay? I just need to be with myself. And take some deep breaths. Like let them witness you do this because it would benefit them to do it for themselves, right? Like teach them how to do it. This is so important and it doesn't take a lot of time and you can do it anywhere you are while you're doing anything. It's free. Like for the love of God, just try this, okay? And then next Thursday, June 29th, Find Your Bliss workshop. Come hang out with me. It's a free workshop. I do one a month. And we're going to tap into more of this. Like, how can you find your bliss and cultivate joy in your life so you can have your best summer ever? And then you can take this with you throughout your days. I'm really excited for this. So thank you for listening. I hope this episode served you well, and I will see you next time. And that is it for today's episode. I hope that these words activated and inspired something inside of you. And if they did, please share this episode with a friend or on your social media, and feel free to tag me so that I can say thank you. The more people who hear these words along their path, the more we can help inspire and heal the world. Don't forget to hit subscribe and leave a review. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Sending love and light until next time. I'll see you soon.